watching out for you. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
All month long on Newswatch 12 Goes Pink, we've been telling the stories of women who have experienced the battles that come with having breast cancer and the triumphs that are celebrated after getting past it. I spoke to one brave woman who is in her 6th year of remission and has been able to give a positive attitude through it all.
I knew that I was ready to fight whatever the outcome was going to be.
In 2012, Camila Hakim, a woman known for her community service and dedication to her career, received an alarming diagnosis.
And daughter, you were along with me for that difficult, very challenging journey.
And that dedicated woman just so happens to be my mother.
Was very consumed with all of this planning and preparation for you to go to high school. And in the midst of that, I received a letter from the hospital where I had my mammogram imaging.
She put off the appointment for nearly 3 months. When she finally made it, something didn't seem right.
And I thought I was going to the same place where you normally have imaging, where you get a mammogram done. But I scanned the room and noticed that there were a lot of women in the waiting room that looked visibly sick. I thought, I'm in the wrong place.
But it was no mistake. The nurse informed her they found something. That's when fear set in.
They did an ultrasound, and I noticed the technician continued to move over one particular area.
Then came the biopsy.
Blood just oozed out.
As the nurse tried to stop the bleeding, my mom had a question.
I said to her, "Can you tell me what's wrong with me?"
That's when she heard the most comforting words she could hear in that moment.
And she said, "Honey, I can tell you this. I'm not a doctor, but I went through something similar, and I'm here today to tell you about it."
At 22 years old, she had a benign lump removed the size of a golf ball, the same place where cancerous cells were found several years later. But as she went through chemotherapy, she says it was the planning of my quinceañera that kept her mind occupied.
Event planner and everybody got used to my little habit because they knew I was party planning while I was there in chemotherapy. But it was a blessing to have that to do and to keep my mind occupied while I was getting treatment. And I would highly recommend that if you're going through treatment, you find that thing that keeps your mind busy and keeps you active. And, you know, laughter is the best medicine.
And there's so much more to my mom's journey where that came from. So on Newswatch 12 at 5 and 6 tonight, we'll tell you more about her healing process and her advice when it comes to genetic testing for young women.